As the offshore wind industry continues to grow, wind turbines are getting larger and are being built in deeper waters farther from shore. Meanwhile, the cost of energy from offshore wind farms must be reduced. In order to accommodate all of these requirements, new offshore wind foundation types are being developed and tested. Among these new foundation types is a breakthrough jacket structure with suction bucket technology developed by Dong Energy. In the summer of 2014, Dong installed the first suction bucket jacket on the German wind farm Borkum Riffgrund 1. The structure was fabricated by Blot Industries in Aalborg, Denmark. In 4 months, the material was ordered, delivered, welded, and painted into the suction bucket jacket. The jacket was assembled in a horizontal position and then upended and mounted on top of the suction buckets. The 3-legged jacket was 57 meters high, 23 meters wide, and was founded on 3 suction buckets which were each 8 meters high and 8 meters in diameter. To execute the installation, various companies deployed their equipment, most of which is temporary during mobilization in Aalborg. An extensive monitoring system was installed that will remain throughout the lifetime of the structure. Suction pump units were installed on each bucket for the suction installation, and a grout system was prepared for grout injection after installation. The loadout was performed in a single lift with a vessel crane. In order to sea-fasten the structure to the deck, an innovative clamping concept was introduced by GOC. 4 large clamps secured the jacket in position by friction during sailing, a faster method than welding and cutting. The Pacific Orca set sail from the yard of Aalborg to the Borkum Riffgrund 1 wind farm in the German Bight. At the M05 location, between 77 already installed monopiles, a filter layer was pre-installed to protect the structure against scouring. Once on location, the Pacific Orca jacked up to an elevation of 28 meters above sea level to form a stable platform for the installation. The bow of the vessel was positioned to face west for ease of overboarding. After attaching the lifting slings of the suction bucket jacket to the main hook, the sea fastening clamps were loosened. In about 2 hours, the jacket was ready for overboarding. The suction bucket jacket was lowered through the splash zone. Venting was done through the 20-inch vent valves in the suction pumps. As soon as the jacket legs touched the water, they were flooded through special valves to reduce the buoyancy of the structure. Just above the seabed, the final position was confirmed. The vent valves in the suction pumps were commanded to close from the control container using specially designed software. With the valves closed, a completely sealed chamber was created, and the suction process was initiated. By pumping water out, a negative pressure was generated inside the bucket. Upon reaching final penetration, the suction process was complete and the pumps were removed by the installation vessel one by one. In order to compensate for unevenness in the seabed and to prevent settlements, a thin layer of grout was injected between the lid and the seabed. The grout filled the remaining gap between the seabed and the lid until it reached the grout outlets. Finally, all of the valves and hatches were closed. One by one, the temporary grout hoses were removed from the jacket. The suction bucket jacket was then ready for the final phases of the turbine installation. To connect the turbine to the grid, an array cable was pulled in through the J-tube of the jacket. For optimized protection against scour development, an armor layer consisting of boulders was laid on top of the pre-laid filter layer. The array cable was protected from damage by a cable protection system, which was secured and positioned by the armor layer. The jacket was then ready for the actual turbine installation. The turbine installation was performed by another jack-up vessel, the C installer of the A2C. The jacket structure fulfills the future demands of offshore wind turbines because it allows for more economic deployment of large wind turbines located in deep waters far from shore. The suction bucket is a proven technology for founding offshore structures, and it has some favorable characteristics. It involves a low-noise installation process, which is environmentally friendly, and the structure can be transported and installed as a single unit, leading to reduced offshore costs. The control of verticality during the suction process is easy to achieve, and the suction process can even be reversed, which means the structure can be fully decommissioned at the end of the turbine's life cycle.